Have you checked the children? Your little mess
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Susie von Slaughter.
Robert Duell.
Marcia Parker.
And Jaime Fuego here.
Here to finally review a movie that's been bandied about the horror community for about the last month or so. This is the first time all bandied. I know it's a word you might not have heard before, Fuego, but it is a word. So this movie is called Host, and this was released on Shudder not too long ago. We jumped on it pretty quickly, a couple of us, and then the girls were finally coming. We're like, hey, did you guys ever watch this? And they're like, no. It's like, well, it's only an hour. You got time. Watch it before you come. We'll talk about it.
It is not The Host. It's just Host.
Just Host. Okay.
Because there is another movie that is called The Host, and I was confused a little bit.
Okay, that's whatever.
Marcia even asked in the feed.
So I was technically right in the feed. Okay. Right.
Yeah, you are right in the feed. So it's Host.
Okay.
Just Host.
So this movie is, we'll give our overall thoughts. And first off, I quite enjoyed it. It's a lean, mean, found footage machine. Yeah, really, quite frankly. And no, I thought it was well acted for what it was. It wasn't over the top, and it wasn't under the top where it was lame acting or anything. So I appreciated it for what it was. I think it would have overstayed its welcome had it been much longer. So I think it was pretty perfect. It was really just an excellent episode of a horror anthology that would be on HBO or Showtime or something like that.
Yeah.
This is an hour-long episode, is basically what it was. And I enjoyed it. I really quite liked it. There might be a dissenter, though. Susie.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
I liked it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I did say that earlier too. I said I
Okay,
liked
all
it,
right,
but I
all right.
wasn't like over the moon
Okay.
about it. Just because some of the stuff they were doing in the film, I was like, why are you doing that? You're just causing more problems. So.
You're one of those people like, don't play with that kind of stuff and you won't have an issue.
All right, I'll gift you a Ouija board and see what happens.
Yeah, there is one character's illogicality that is very aggravating in this movie.
Yeah.
And
So,
I'm assuming that's what you're referring to.
So you enjoyed it, but to a point.
yeah, I mean, it didn't kill it. It's just like seeing my kids do shit. I was like, why are you doing that? God, don't you know any better? It's like one of those things. So.
Robert?
I liked it more than what I thought it would. I've said it before, I'm not a fan of the found footage kind of style like this and whatnot, but it, like you were saying, it felt more of just like a individual episode of something and everything, and that definitely helped to make it a little bit more enjoyable. Overall thoughts, yeah, it was good. Take it or leave it.
Okay, all right. Marcia?
I loved it.
And you were just watched it earlier today.
Yeah,
noticing.
I just watched it today.
During the day, while you're putting away your laundry.
Well, I was putting my
Oh, yeah,
laundry.
she
Yeah.
pooped.
I think I shit my pants. But I said, because like they had some really good jump scares, and they got me, and I was like, oh, this is great. I love jump scares. I love paranormal movies, and found footage if it's done right. And
Marcia and I are the only ones that watched all the Paranormal Activity movies together.
right, yep.
I've
Together.
seen, yeah, I was
Together.
gonna say, yeah, that's why I stopped myself.
Yeah.
Together.
We always had some similar vibes, right?
But what was interesting because everybody, the like, we're opening up to being at home and having to be at home, and you know, Unfriended kind of opened the door for everybody knowing that we can do this type of, you know, videos and movies, and they really brought it home with this, and they did it really well. So I'm excited to see where they could go with it. But I thought, I was fun.
You woke up your poor newborn.
I woke up my son. I screamed out loud. I'm like, I haven't screamed out loud in so long. This
I
is
know
so
you were saying
great.
you haven't watched horror movies in a while, so
Yeah,
that was good.
I was taking a break. I was
Such a
like,
genuine moment.
just like taking a little break and get a night, like cleanse the palate, and jumped right in. And I'm like, this is great.
Like, that's right. This is why I like this
I
stuff.
love this stuff. Yeah. So it was a great starter, and the fact that it was so short, it was like right to the point, and that was fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think the running time was one of my favorite things about this, was the fact that it didn't overstay its welcome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was
56
very,
minutes.
it was very lean and mean and to the point, and I liked the characters I was supposed to, and god damn did I hate the other ones that I was supposed to. It was just very much, I mean, there is
Oh, you mean the wife?
well,
The bitch wife that was like, me, He's gotta go. Oh, you
Honestly,
fucking.
the
Oh, I
douchey-
hated her so much.
Honestly, the
I
douchey
was like, I hope
dude,
she dies by the end of
douchey
this movie.
dude, I hated on a similar part of her too. You know, and the
No.
and
He was trying.
He was trying.
Stop
Look, he was a
You
big
know?
bearded man. I can't hate on a big bearded man.
Hanging
Okay.
out with
Okay,
a bunch of
but-
ladies.
I can't if
Yeah.
he's
Hey,
his
hey,
own
I've been
ass.
trying to become one of those within quarantine. It's like I'm not Robert.
Okay,
status
Merlin.
Yet,
Yeah, you have a very
If I'm not-
particular kind of beard.
If I'm not washing it, okay, fine. But no,
Gandalf
man.
the Young here.
No,
And
I
also
thought
the Wizard of the Red Wizard. Again.
yeah.
I thought the simplicity of the premise was really what made this awesome, and I know that they had done like an 8-minute proof of concept, and Shudder approached them and were like, "Can you make this into a full movie?" And they're like, "Well, we can give you about an hour." And they were like, "Fine, that's cool," you know. So that's what they did, and they sustained. They didn't lose my interest. I was really worrisome that with even. Yeah, this because unfriended dark world or dark
web.
yeah, I didn't like that so much, you know. But this one I thought was significantly superior. I know I've been kind of haphazard about you know, just like found footage stuff before, but like this was awesome. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was very strong. So.
I think so. So the story can be covered really quickly. It's a group of girlfriends and one dude that gather
One dude.
in order to do a virtual, because they're all bored at home in quarantine. This is the first movie that I saw that directly
Relatable.
talks about
Yeah.
the COVID and
Yeah.
everything that everyone's stuck at home.
Oh yeah, girl is
Yeah,
wearing
that
a
makes it
mask.
more
at the
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's. I mean, look, we knew it was going to happen, and this is just the first one out the gate, and so it's very relatable for everyone. And so they decide to pass some time. They're going to have a virtual séance, and they have a. I know the friend Susie immediately is like, no.
I like, don't you light that candle? You said you put those candles away. I was like,
So yeah, they
God,
start
yeah.
something, and then nothing happens. But one of the people, because nothing's happening, she plays into it and
Dumb
makes
like
up a
dumbass,
story.
Yeah,
screws
she's-
everything up.
Worst.
And so
Worst.
as a
There's
result,
always that one.
as a result of her making up this story, it gets them all into a spot of trouble, and so
Being a
they, to
UK
use
film, I
Susie's
guess that's
original
trouble.
language, a spot of trouble.
Fuck yourself.
It's taking you back across the pond.
Yes.
I mean,
Do you feel like you're back home in Kensington?
Oh my God.
I could never turn down the girl from Kensington.
All right, so yeah,
Love to see
they
it.
have this séance. It doesn't
See that? 'Cause
go.
he knows better.
It doesn't go well at
Closed it up.
first. It doesn't go well at first, and then bad stuff starts to happen to the people that attempted the séance. That's the long and short of it. But that's the nice thing about it being so short, is that you can get in and out and in and out and
That's what
in and
she
out
said.
and in and out. And sorry.
A bit of the old in
Give it the old in and
Hold on.
Come on.
That's how
This
you
is
got
going
into your
off the
curve
rails.
situation.
I know.
Open, bro.
I have a kid coming in December because I don't know when to stop the in and
Because of
out.
the old in out, I mean.
What am I
come
gonna
on.
do?
You got to do the three P's, bro.
That's
Pinch,
it.
pull, and pray.
I mean, I did.
Wow.
Look, he doesn't always answer the prayers the way you want.
Well, you know what you're
So.
Satan, Satan. To quote Maynard. I mean.
So anyway, I thought as far as the story is simple and effective for the amount of time that we had. I think a story like that lives and dies by the acting, right? And quite frankly, everyone was great. They did such a good job. I don't think there was anyone that stood out as like, ugh, they're super fake and stuff. They all felt like real people that we've all interacted with, especially over Skype or over Zoom at this point.
Yeah.
We've all interacted with someone like one of these people, so it felt very, very real. And I think the acting needs to get the credit for that, because with something like this, as bare bones a story as it is, it really lives and dies by the acting. I mean, even the effects are secondary to the acting.
Well, I was about to say, because that's really what's carrying the movie. Is like their acting is actually what's gonna make you scared on what's going on with and everything that's happening in their houses
100%.
and everything. And yeah, it's like a lot of the stuff does kind of happen off screen, but it's effective.
Well, and it's paranormal. I'm
Yeah.
skipping over Susie. I'm sorry.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
you're
Who cares?
But it's paranormal, so you can't really see. You're not supposed to see.
Well, yeah, well, to a degree and everything. But even still,
like the
like
surface
even
of
like some of
Mars.
like the kills and everything, like they were basically just saw like the after effects
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, so anyway,
Oh.
I actually watched it on my phone.
Me too.
So,
Probably effective
made,
in that
And-
yeah,
and
it actually
that's what I
made it
said.
feel more. Yeah,
Makes you
Cecil
feel like
did,
part of the call.
Because I was only able to watch it on my phone. He's like, "Oh, I heard you said you heard it was better that way."
I heard it's better on a laptop because then like,
more
it felt like they're
realistic,
all
yeah.
on a laptop, but
I
the
was
phone
about
is
to say,
closer to a
like-
laptop than a big screen TV. Was
Yeah.
yours on the TV or were you
Mine
watching
was
on?
mine was on the TV, but I was confused for like 5 seconds because it goes right into it.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Yeah.
no previews. There's nothing.
So you were like, wait, did someone call me?
I'm like, what's happening? And then I'm like, oh, okay, this is the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I can only imagine the toughness though of having.
She's like, wait, where's this person presents this feature?
Who's
Oh,
moving my mouth?
Who is this filmed by?
who directed this? I need to know.
Truthfully though, 6 different faces on a smartphone might be a little bit like.
It actually
take
wasn't
in,
that
right?
bad because
No,
I
I don't
actually
think it
watched
was.
it on
Your
my
phone
phone
too?
as well.
Okay,
So.
yeah.
In today's day and age, dude, you've seen people
I mean,
even
we're
smaller
talking
because
microscopic
again,
practically.
people reacting to gameplay. The person's just in the tiny corner, and that's
True,
still big
true.
enough for people
Yeah.
to justify,
Yeah.
like watch their reactions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They don't need things to be big anymore.
We've adjusted.
It's crazy.
That's what she said.
And I was just
I
thinking,
was
if
actually
only
gonna
that
say,
extended to real life.
I was gonna say, actually, that's not true.
yeah.
We're not lowering our bar for everything.
Jesus.
There are some things.
Oh,
that-
it's
Back
so
on
good to have the
topic,
two
alright.
girls
I
back.
am so happy.
We were living
This is
in our
what
male,
happens when we bring them
like
back.
we were living in our male-centric paradise for
sausage
so
party.
long. We're
Yeah,
like,
but now we
small
have a
dicks
little bit
don't
of-
matter.
little
And then
bit
the
of
first
perception.
episode, the first time they come back, they're like, no, guys, small dicks do matter.
So we're still talking about Post on Shudder, by the way.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. A little sidetrack there. No, but okay.
Anyway.
So we're all in on the acting, right?
Yeah.
Any
Yeah,
issues with
we
it?
are.
Fuego, you never gave your specific thoughts.
You need to calm
I mean,
down.
hey, all the girls were like convincing enough. I know there was the one who was in like kind of a weird relationship of sorts, and you know the guy was kind of contradictory or whatever. I mean, bottom line though, it just there were no weak moving parts or anything, and acting really. Marcia even mentioned this when we did our Blair Witch review. You know, the original Blair Witch, like, if you didn't have a convincing, like, you know, bit of people who were selling this sort of, like, in-your-face, like, found footagey sort of situation with snot and whatever, we don't necessarily have that, but we had very convincing actresses, especially. And they all sold me on the fact that they were scared as fuck. And, you know, the
Especially the
incident-
scene with the blonde and everything getting chased and pulled
Yeah.
through the house.
Oh,
Like,
God.
that
The
was actually
incident,
what.
the incident was legit transpiring. I did not doubt them in any regard. I
Yeah.
was not pulled out.
I actually
Yeah.
the one that I quite liked was the one that was happening, but not happening. Where it was the one where she kept
where it
walking
was
through
like
the
the
room, but it would only
Oh,
show
yeah.
quick
Replay,
images
the
of her being
replay,
smashed
Oh yeah,
to the
Yeah.
thing, but it
Dude,
looked
I
like she
felt
was
so
alive.
bad.
But no, you
Yeah.
knew she
I
was
love
dead
that.
as fuck.
Yeah,
Dude,
and
that
it just kept
scene was
I thought
hard,
because
man.
again, if you're gonna rank the deaths in this movie, I thought
Yeah,
hers was the
that
most
was actually
effective.
probably the
Yeah.
best.
When
and
they
everything.
when they introduced the background video, and I was like, oh, I wonder how
Yeah,
they're
'cause
gonna
it's a
use
loop.
this.
Mhm.
And then when
Yeah.
they came out, and I was like, oh fuck, she's dead.
And it actually made
Oh fuck,
it.
she did.
And it actually made it even sadder because of the fact that she was already a sympathetic character, and then the fact that you
I'm not
just
even
were
gonna
being
say it
reminded.
because we're gonna get in trouble.
You were being
Like-
reminded about her
Doesn't
death
need to be.
over and over, and that just made it even sadder, man.
Yeah.
It
So,
was so good.
You know, we-
The attic got me.
Oh yeah.
The attic got me.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
like,
interesting,
I
too.
jumped on that one too because I was like, oh my god, I just saw that. Oh, it's on there now.
It's gone.
I just pictured
It's like
Marcia
South
going
Park.
to the
Yeah, I'm
fridge,
gonna
she's
put
like,
some money in
where'd
here.
it
and it's
go?
gonna-
Where'd it go?
I'm like fully
And
clothed.
it's
I'm like,
gone.
oh no.
No, and
You
that's
see
one
Marcia
thing-
like used to changing the channel for her kids. She's like watching. She looks at the kids. She's like, yeah, you know, I need to double check something on my phone real quick. Like,
And that's where you have to commend the simplicity of this movie.
Mhm.
And I mean, really good writing done at like bargain basement
Yeah.
prices.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
and
that's where,
effects.
yeah.
So, like they
Aside
work
from the
for what they
floating
had.
person over the pool, there's really nothing else that really
I actually
pulls you out.
kind of dug that scene.
I love
But-
that scene,
but at the
as
same
far as where
time-
you know they spent money. you
Yeah,
know?
but at the same time, like there's some issues and everything. I don't know if we can fully discuss this because I feel it might
Yeah.
be spoiler
Yeah,
and
careful
everything.
about that. Yeah.
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 Although this is a
But-
effect segue, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, it was more so on actual like story point and everything onto where this comes. So I'll just leave that till after
Okay.
discussion.
Yeah, you know what?
Just in case.
What was? Shit, there was a point I was just about to make that was so effective about this movie, and
Damn it, I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. I knew it would happen because there's not much score to speak of.
No.
The effects all just lend to the storytelling. That's what's nice about good effects is when they actually lend to the storytelling. And what I found was interesting an article I looked at after watching the movie is every single death was alluded to ahead of time. The girl that had her face smashed, she's wearing that T-zone thing at the beginning of the movie on her face.
Oh, like Final Destination.
So
shit?
like everyone that died is foreshadowed
chair,
earlier in
yeah.
the movie.
Foreshadowing.
And I was like, that's dope filmmaking. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that is
I
really
didn't
cool
notice
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
me
I didn't either when I was watching. I read the article. I was like, man, that deserves to be mentioned because even though I didn't pick up on it, it deserves a second watch.
Yeah.
Because of that.
I
I looked at the teaser and I was like, oh yeah, because she's bloody right there.
Yeah.
And just having her face smashed, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's really awesome stuff.
That
Like
is clever.
it needs to be pointed out. It really does.
I'm sorry. That's
She's
something
just
you
getting her
just
face
said.
smashed. It's awesome.
Like, yeah, it's awesome.
I know.
Awesome.
We're a horror show, guys. We're still catching crap
Come on.
about our reaction to Glenn's death. To this day, we're still catching crap about it.
No, seriously, Marcia, they are still commenting about that shit, dude.
Well, you know what? Some people
Eating
get hate.
hookers.
Yeah, no, I
some
agree.
people get hate.
I agree.
And we're not a show for everybody.
That's true.
We're not pizza.
That's true.
So,
You're not wrong.
But what's awesome is like, have you ever? I mean, you guys been on these like chats where you have the background up, right? So if you turn a certain way, you kind of disappear. So the way they were able to actually capture that transition was pretty powerful.
Yeah,
Well,
and
and-
utilize the suspense.
And
too,
and
in that
utilize it,
regard.
yeah, the girl that took the thing and was like taking pictures with her phone.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
room was like, you just get closer, and then you see someone sitting there. You're like, oh, what the hell? Like, that stuff, when it's done right, I love how effective that is because
Yeah.
that's to me like when Kevin Smith watched Slacker. And it inspired him to make Clerks.
To make Clerks.
Yeah.
Right? This kind of thing can truly inspire young filmmakers
Yeah.
that will then take this ball and run with it and become even more like there's going to be even more ingenuity in their film.
Yeah.
True.
And like the medium is going to progress as a result of movies like Host.
Yeah.
And movies like this don't get the credit that it deserves in that fashion. You know what I mean?
And
Personally, I
and
don't
the
think.
thing about this type of form is that you're gonna have to get creative because it can get stale quick.
Mhm.
So
Big
you
time.
have to be super creative on how you want to approach it, and that's exciting because if you can get some really good creativity in there and kind of hit in different angles, and I think it would be really fun.
To that point, the thing I think matters the most in this that I think needs to be lauded the highest is the editing. Because this movie is literally just a group of 6 windows that they are cutting into and pushing
Back and
into
forth.
in
Yeah.
order to progress the story,
Yeah.
And
to
it
hide
fits well.
edits, to do all of this stuff. Like, it is all the editing in this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's where, not to use a term like tight or something, but tight, precise. I
Makes
mean,
a
it
huge
helps
difference.
the flow so significantly. man.
Again, I'm
Really
watching
does.
it from an editing perspective. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, you just filmed this, and if someone screws up the take, you're like, okay, let's run it again.
Yeah.
And then the way you cut between those is you cut to a close-up of one of the windows, and
Indeed.
boom, you're in the new take. And
Yeah.
no one knows it because all you did was cut to a close-up of someone's window.
And
Yeah.
it keeps it
And
changing.
I like it's so
Yeah.
smart, and but it is like the editing portrays the scares a lot of the way
Yeah.
through this
No,
movie as
it
well.
totally
So
does.
it cannot be understated how important in a movie like this the editing is. So I had to hit on it. I think last and most important. So
Well, it's a good point because like there were times that I forgot that I was looking into somebody's like FaceTime, right? I was
Yeah.
like, oh, we're in it. Oh wait, no, this is an actual chat video.
felt like an actual movie,
right,
you
yeah.
know,
so-
without it being one. It's
and,
crazy.
And if you don't have the right skills, it's not gonna work.
Right.
So I thought they did a phenomenal job. I'm glad you brought that up because
Yeah.
it was really well done.
Totes, and also where like the whole Blair Witch aspect of it, and the fact that I felt like I was there on an actual Zoom call with these crazy chicks.
100%.
You know, I
100%.
mean, it sold it so well in that regard. So props.
I'll tell you one thing though. I was really satisfying seeing that chick get bricked in the head with that mug. She screwed everything up. She deserved it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That was pretty good.
Right.
Like, clink.
That was good. All right, so that's going to do it for our review of Host, available on Shudder right now, you guys. Again, 56 minutes. It's not a huge investment. If you have watched it, let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Until next time, though, I've been Cecil Laird.
I'm Susie Von Slaughter.
Robert Duell.
Marcia Parker.
Gracias, I mean, Fuego!
And remember,
Stay
stay scared.
We're all back.